Prime Minister Mark Carney is looking to rescind a piece of legislation, and WhatsApp is taking down accounts linked to scam centers. To talk more about these topics, let's bring in cybersecurity and tech analyst Ritesh Kotak. He joins us from Toronto. Hi there, Ritesh.
Hello.
Prime Minister Carney is considering rescinding the Online News Act. What does this mean for companies like Meta?
So when the Online News Act was first introduced and the regulations were published late 2023, companies like Meta, which is the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, decided that they were actually going to pull news off their site. So you can't share news links, you won't be able to comment on the news. And we started seeing a bunch of issues coming out of it. First of all, a lot of local communities weren't able to share news, but also this increase of misinformation and disinformation from content that was allowed on. So now it looks like everyone is back at the bargaining table discussing what the tariffs and future arrangements between Canada and the US. And one big issue is the regulation of tech companies. So there's a good possibility that Prime Minister Carney may rescind or change the Online News Act, which would have forced Meta to pay billions of dollars to the Canadian government. So if that happens and there's a change, we might be able to see news back on Meta platforms.
And that's good news indeed. WhatsApp is taking down almost 7 million accounts linked to criminal scam centers. Tell us more.
So every year we hear about how many accounts on WhatsApp, Meta, all these fake accounts from scammers that get continuously identified and taken down. First of all, 7 million seems like a large number. Just you got to remember there's billions of people using these platforms. But what Meta is doing, or WhatsApp is doing, is they've figured out a way to leverage artificial intelligence to identify these accounts and give users new tools. Some of us who use WhatsApp and other platforms might have seen an increase in spam messages being added to groups that we never signed up for. Well, what Meta is doing here with these tools is essentially a few things. First of all, they'll identify these accounts and take them down. Number two, you will get notified if this account is potentially spam, so you don't end up clicking on it and giving them your information. So AI essentially being used for good in this case.
Ritesh, what about those email scams? Is there a way to steer clear of those?
So I always tell people, look, you're getting messages on phone, text, apps, but also email. Email seems to be still the predominant way scam messages are being sent. And one of the big reasons is we use one email or two email addresses for everything. So I always recommend to individuals use different email address. But Apple has actually introduced a feature. They've had it for a while. They're really promoting it now, which is Hide My Email. And essentially what Hide My Email does is when you go to a website or you're in store and you need to sign up using your email address to get that deal, instead of giving your own email address, what you're able to do is generate a email address that isn't that's yours. It's linked to your account, but isn't your name or something that you, or an email address that you use on your in your daily lives. This is really important because now these vendors, these organizations, if there ever is a breach, aren't able to get your actual email address and spam you, because you can delete that email yet reap all the rewards. So I can see Apple has done this, and I can see other organizations looking at new tools for consumers to protect their email address, their identity, and just keep you safe and secure in this social cyber digital world.
Ritesh, thanks so much for your time. Always appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ritesh Kotak joined us from Toronto. And to see more of our Tech Talk series, head to our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca.